Welcome to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at The Son of Neptune, Chapter 13, starting on the Piercy section in the book. Well, the book starts with Piercy just being exhausted, as you can imagine. He hasn't even had time to sleep before the war games or since he got to the camp. I mean, this is the first time he slept since we started the book, 13 chapters. And so he falls asleep. He has a lot of things on his mind, a million questions, a million thoughts, but his body's like, hey, you're done. And he falls asleep. While he's sleeping, he has a bunch of different dreams, but there are four really important ones that are important to mention. One, there's a faun, Grover, talking to him. Two, there's Annabeth saying, hey, stay where you are. We're looking for you. Three, a face, Gaia, in the field, and she's saying, oh, come to me. I'm going to capture you. You're going to be my pawn. And then the fourth one is of Alcyonus. I'm not sure how to pronounce that actually. I'm going to get back to you on that one. But Alcyonus, we'll say it. And he's saying, come to me, demigod. It has been so long since I've broken a demigod like you. And Percy's like, whoa. And then he wakes up. When he wakes up, he sees, he's looking around. He sees some people putting on some togas. Oh, that could have been a good vocabulary word. But a toga is like the blanket that the Roman government officials wore when they're going to meetings and stuff. So it's the kind of clothes that they wore. That was like a robe. But some people are putting on those robes, and Frank kind of looks up at Piercy. Man, sorry, I was thinking about a bunch of different other books, trying to remember his name. Piercy. And, Frank is like, hey, we got to go get some breakfast, and then we have to go to the Senate meeting. And Piercy's like, why do we have to go to the Senate meeting? Do I have to wear a toga? And he's like, no. But we have to go because we're going to go on the quest. Or, do you still want to go on the quest with me? Right? And Frank is like, giving him the sad puppy dog face. And Piercy's just like, how can I say no? How can I say no to that face? So he's like, we better get ready. He doesn't say no, but he doesn't say yes. So we start getting ready. They go have breakfast. They're eating a bunch of breakfast. And then they go to the Senate meeting. As they get close to the city, they end up going in single file next to a statue. And the statue is called Terminus. And he is the god of boundaries and borders. And so each god, he's checking in and allowing him or her to go inside the city. When it's Piercy's turn, he's like, who are you? Oh, you're new. You're Piercy. Okay. And he starts kind of signing him up and telling him things. And it's like, whoa, danger. You have a pen in your pocket. Which is an actual sword. And so he has to take out his pen and give it to this little girl named Julia, I think. And Terminus is really funny because he's so strict. And he's like, Piercy, you see that store over there? Piercy's like, yeah. It's like, I want you to go over there and buy some measuring tape. And I want you to measure your pants. And I only want your pants to be 1 inch from your ankle. From your shoe to your ankle should only be 1 inch. And I want you to take that measuring tape and measure your hair. And I want your hair regulation. And Piercy's like, whoa. And he's like, I think he's talking to Hazel. He's like, Hazel, do you see that rock? And he's like, do you see that tree? That rock is too close to that tree. Move it to the left 4 inches or something. And so Hazel goes over there and she moves a rock over to the side. And, so that's Terminus. He finally lets them all in. And Percy's like, man, is that guy always so strict? And it's like, oh no, he was really relaxed today. And so we could just imagine that Terminus is probably super strict and a little crazy in that way. They go inside the city, and it's just amazing. There are houses everywhere. There's families, there's grandparents and grandchildren, there's college students talking to girls and girls talking to boys. And Percy's like, whoa, this is really cool. Oh, I wonder if I could be here with Annabeth. And he goes, oh, no, I can't think about that. I need to focus on what's going on right now. Well, vocabulary. There weren't too many, so if I missed some, please write them in the comments or tell me about them when we meet together and ask the questions. First one is littered. Littered just means covered. In one of his dreams, there was a room covered with skeletons and Roman like armor and stuff like that. We can imagine, maybe in the picture here you can see, in Alaska, that's where the last fifth cohort went and they all died, right? Maybe those are their skeletons there. But they're covering the room or the floor. Fidgeted. Fidgeted is kind of like maybe something like this. I don't know. Hazel's holding something. It could be a pen. Just kind of moving it, playing with it, not thinking about it, but your body just doing something. We call that fidgeting. Impish. Impish is like, this is like, ooh, sneaky smile. And imp is like a bad fairy, kind of, or a tricky fairy. So Julia has this impish grin. And yeah, that's what that means. Smart aleck. I don't know where aleck comes from or what it means, but a smart aleck is just someone who is a little too clever. Maybe the teacher says something and then that student says something clever to the teacher to say something opposite that the teacher said, or to show that the teacher was wrong, right? We call that person a smart aleck. Someone that's too smart to follow directions. So it's a bad way to say someone, but it's also kind of a light, teasy, soft kind of way. It can be tough, like maybe Terminus, okay, smart aleck, something like that. But it could also be like, you're such a smart aleck, something like that. So it just means you're too smart, and it's hard to talk with you, or you always cause a little trouble with how smart you are. Regulation cut. I think this might be the last one. Regulation means like the rule or the law. And regulation cut for a soldier is like how they cut their hair. It can only be so short. I have no hair, so it's pretty easy for me. But we can look in this picture here. Percy's hair is all gathered around his face. It's not the Roman style. It needs to be short and clean, like a Roman. It needs to be regulation cut. Obsessive compulsive. This is like a mental problem that some people have. It means that they have to control everything. And if something is wrong or that they don't like, they have to fix it. So you can't really see it, but if you looked at my desk here, my desk is kind of a mess. And for me, that's okay. I know where my things are. But maybe someone who's obsessive compulsive, oh, this pencil must be in a straight line. Oh, this must be this angle here, and they have everything perfectly set. And if you move one thing, beep, they catch it and move it back. This is a obsessive compulsive. Maybe you know someone like that. Oh man, there's still more vocabulary. There's more than I thought. Toddle. You might know the word toddler. A toddler is a child that's like 2 or 3. Oh, it could be 1 also, but where they're just starting to walk. They don't walk perfectly. They can't run perfectly, but they kind of bloop, 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 bloop. We call that toddle. There was a grandkid toddling in the city. Indulge. Indulge means to kind of enjoy more than normal. So maybe after you're studying really hard, you're studying all day, and then your mother says, hey, you did a really good job on your homework or your test. Why don't you just relax and play some video games? Why don't you just relax and go to the movie theater? Here's $20, here's $10, whatever. And just kind of, oh yeah, you get to enjoy it extra special. The last discussion question is, how do you think Gaia, or I can't remember how I pronounce his name, Alcyones? How do you think they plan to break Piercy? And not break like his arm, but his spirit. Where they do something to where he says, oh, I give up. Okay, Gaia, I will follow you. What do you think they're going to try to do to break Piercy's spirit? Because they have a plan. And it's not geared towards Frank or Hazel, it sounds like, but for Piercy. So what is that plan? What do you think is going to happen? How are they going to make him give up and join their team? Of course, please make your own discussion question. That's all the time we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.